Right, so I'm at Let's Golf in Hawley today. I'm at base camp and today's tip is generating more distance, more club head speed from your body's pivot action. Okay, so different ways of generating speed using the ground, okay? So there's some fantastic stuff done by Mike Adams, and he talks and describes about the different motions of the body and its pivot and how we interact with the ground and create these ground forces so that we can turn above it, okay? So the first one, which is very common, and I see definitely a lack of in the golfers that I teach in the studio here, is a sliding or lateral motion from the golfer, okay? So you need to be able to move side to side. There's going to be some lateral motion, a couple of inches to the right on the backswing, and 4 to 5 inches of slide in the downswing towards your target. So a really good exercise, and you can see here, this is a good drill to practice at home, is that gliding or sliding motion towards your target. So I'm going to move because of my pelvis and its shape, okay? I'm going to be moving, rotating on the spot, turning into my right side, and I'm going to then have a little bit of transition as my knees part, or my left knee peels away from the right knee, opening up my knees, a little bit of transition to the left side as I turn and rotate, okay? So that would be your sliding motion. You can practice in a doorway, making sure there's a little bit of right side lateral and a bit of left side lateral in the doorway as you practice this at home, okay? The second one is a vertical force. So the amount of down push that we have and the amount of squat that we have. So as my body lowers itself towards the ground so that I can push directly back off the ground to rotate my body. So some really powerful players that we see on the tour, on the TV, all of the long drivers, their feet are leaving the ground. So they're making their body extremely heavy at one point in their downswing. And that will be about the point where the arm is reaching level or parallel, horizontal to the ground. They're creating maximum down so they can push back off, okay? And a really good way to do this, and this was something that the legendary Chuck Cook was demonstrating to us at Coach Camp this year, was that if I use this frisbee to demonstrate that motion, okay, almost that I'm going to slide, push the frisbee forwards as I then create that vertical to rotate away from it. So I'm going to be pushing away from that, okay? So as my body, as my weight is transitioning and the amount of push down under my left toe, my left hip will want to work away, and I'll be creating a force away from that behind my left ear. Okay, so to help develop that, you can put your pressure, feel your weight on your right heel as you make your backswing. So as you load up that right foot onto the right heel, transition into the left toe, and then turn and pivot away. So up to the top, we load that right heel, transition as the knees widen into the left toe, and push, rotate and pivot around the corner to the left side. So that's your vertical force. Last but not least is the rotary force that we need to create. The amount of rotation, and that is ultimately going to come from the mid part of your body, how you use your core how you maneuver your pelvis and then maneuver your torso, okay? So to do that, we need to be making sure that we've got good hip external rotation on the downswing, that we've got good knee action. So as my right knee, my left knee peels away, my right knee is going to still face outwards and away from the target to help me generate this rotary motion in my pelvis. And when I'm doing that, and you can have a look at some of my other videos that I've explained the pelvic moves with the KVS system that I've got, that my pelvis is actually going to be going into a sit anterior tilted or buttocks up position on the downswing. So as I get that squat motion to start that rotary engine, before I then exploit my vertical to turn, I'm going to be widening my knees, lowering myself, twisting on the spot and through, okay? So my body is getting lower. I'm getting into that squat position as I maneuver my pelvis, as my torso lowers itself towards the ground, creating that rotary action through the middle of my body. My feet are working a little bit with my weight and pressure moving from heel to toe. You can have a little look at some of the other videos on footwork that I've done on the channel to just show you and help, and I demonstrate how the feet talk to the ground to create that rotary action. So we've got the main forces. We've got the gliding or sliding action of the body. We've got the vertical, the down to jump up. And we've got the rotary, rotational energy from our body. So that's going to be created from here down to the ground. And that's going to allow us then to use our body, recruit our body and big muscles to ultimately move the handle of the club, orientate the handle correctly to then get that speed through the head of the club. Okay, so hopefully that sheds a little bit of light on how you use the ground and the mid of your body to create a good pivot, which will help you generate consistent speeds with your club and help you get the ball flight that you desire. Hope you enjoyed that tip. Enjoy your golf.